80% of working Americans don't have supportive resources to turn to when faced with a work problem. What if we change that? Empower Work is the first confidential text line for work issues, providing discreet, immediate support at your fingertips. Whether you're facing a toxic work environment, worried about losing your job, or wondering, is this normal? Empower Work is here to help you find your next steps.
Hi, I'm Jaime Alexis, founder and executive director of Empower Work. Take a minute and reflect for a second. What's the toughest work moment you've experienced? For each in this room, it's likely different. We all have personal experiences. And whether we've had that experience or we read it in the headlines, I think many of us in this room can agree that we know that workplaces aren't working for most Americans. Empower Work is a new tool that's third-party, independent, immediate, confidential, and meets people where they are. As a longtime manager and member of senior leadership teams, I've coached people throughout the course of my career at tough moments. Last year, around the time of the Susan Fowler Uber memo, a young woman connected to me through my personal network who was stuck, lost, and confused in light of what she had experienced. It had happened a few weeks earlier, and she still was grappling with what she faced. Working at a small company and grappling with student loans, she wasn't sure what to do. I left the conversation thinking, why wasn't there a crisis text line for work? On the side of my full-time job, I launched market and user research to understand the need. And what we saw was pretty profound. 95% of Americans have had an extraordinarily difficult work moment, and half left their job as a result. This has damaging implications across the board for well-being and economic opportunity, but the resources to navigate them simply aren't there. As was shown in the video, 80% of folks who experienced those challenges didn't have a resource. Those who had even fewer were those with less social capital. Women, people of color, first generation to join an industry or go to college, not only disproportionately faced challenges, but had more damaging implications as a result. They left a job with no next job lined up. They took a pay cut. They left an industry altogether. This adds up. But what we see is an opportunity to change how we support and empower people at work. As a resource that meets people where they are, we know that trust is critical. Over the past year, we've been testing and understanding what works best for both texters and volunteers, using a platform to both understand how to facilitate that connection and also analyze the data that we hope will inform trends, policies, and new approaches in workplaces. So far, we've seen pretty tremendous results. 91% of texters say a few weeks after a conversation that they not only still feel better, but they've taken an action as a result of a conversation with one of our trained peer counselors. One texter last week said, "I don't know what I would have done without you." On the volunteer side, we also see tremendous impact. All working professionals, they dedicate their time to respond to these conversations and report back that they not only learn new skills that support people, they become better managers, colleagues, and peers in their workplaces as well. Our approach has been informed by talented technologists and leading experts in the workspace, from plaintiff attorneys, some of whom are here tonight, to HR professionals, executive coaches, and more. We've partnered with national and local organizations who see our resource as meeting a huge gap for their communities. And we've been funded by innovative philanthropists who understand that the future of work needs to change. Omidyar Network, Craig Newmark, Surprise Bitcoin donor, the Pineapple Fund, as well as 100 individuals who care about what we're doing. We have big plans to scale now that we know what makes the best impact on both sides of the equation. In the next 5 years, we plan to go from 10,000 texters to 500,000 texters. And tonight, we have an exciting opportunity for you to get in on the ground floor. We'd love to get your support at $50,000 to help us streamline the volunteer onboarding process and begin to open up our aggregate data. If you believe, like our team does, that we need to make workplaces actually work for people, I hope you'll join us. We're excited to talk to you afterwards. Thanks so much.